Hello, everyone. My name is Darlene Arneson. I serve as the Wisconsin Agriculture in the Classroom Coordinator here at Wisconsin Farm Bureau. So I want to welcome you to this session on middle school and high school science resources for teachers and students to help them learn about agriculture, natural resources, and where their food comes from. Fortunately, agriculture is very, very science-based. It's applied science. So whether we're looking at the soil, whether we're looking at animals and animal functions as far as nutrition and genetics and biological systems, whether we're looking at food and the processing steps and so on, or engineering with our science and tied into technology and engineering and math and so on, agriculture and science go hand in hand together. So we have a lot of resources and a lot, especially for that middle school and high school level. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of our key websites and some specialized programs that we have. We here at Wisconsin Farm Bureau have our own website called wisagclassroom.org. I'll be showing you the National Ag in the Classroom website, which is agclassroom.org. And then the American Farm Bureau Foundation for Agriculture is agfoundation.org. So three very similar website addresses that we'll be taking a look at as we look today. So I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to start out with the Wisconsin Ag in the Classroom's website. And so we have a lot of different resources on here. There's a store where you can order different materials and so on. But kind of the key part that I want to share with you today is the lessons and resources. So we have on the left-hand side where you can sort for those middle school or high school resources. And some of the key ones, every month we're doing monthly themes where we're picking a livestock and a crop and sharing all the links for lesson plans, videos, hands-on activities that relate to that. We have a new lesson plan series that we are sharing on our website. It's not one that we developed, but it was developed out of Wood County from Farm Technology Days money from back in 2018 by a group that's doing cranberry education. So this is the Cranberry STEAM Learning Project, where there's lessons related to science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We have our hands-on activities. We have the Ag Career for You book. So if you're looking for career information for those middle school, high school students, especially science related, that's a great resource there. We have the Wisconsin Farm Facts, hands-on activities. We have our soybean science kits, which are kits that we have located around the state with volunteer coordinators. They have 21 different lesson plans that tie science and agriculture together. So there's some on making oobleck and gloop, and there's a couple biotechnology lessons and emulsions and other ways that we can connect using agricultural products, primarily soybeans, in tying those scientific principles to the students. Each year also we take the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protections magazine called Growing Wisconsin. We have issues that are available here for free in our office that we can send out, or you can get issues of the magazine or look at it online. But then we have lesson plans that go along with those as well. So great resources for you to take advantage of. Now we're going to visit our National Ag in the Classroom website. And for middle school and high school science, it is overloaded with the resources. So we're going to start out in the Teacher Center. And we have the curriculum matrix, which is a way that you can sort for different resources. So you can put in a topic, and I've got dairy here, and you can sort, and it'll show you all the different resources that they have. And so when we look at the different lesson plans and so on and companion resources, you can click on it and it will give you what grade level it's for. It will give you the materials, if there's any charts or links to documents that you need, vocabulary words, interest approaches, procedures, links to videos, enriching activities, and then down on the bottom where you have the ag literacy outcomes, education content, and the Common Core that they follow. So that's a great resource. You can look for a variety of different things. You can also set up a binder, so you can bookmark these lessons on there. You can print them, you can save them as PDFs, but great resources in our curriculum matrix. You can also do a more advanced sort. So you can sort by grade level, by content, by the different educational outcomes you're looking for and what type of resource. Maybe you're looking for that activity or you're looking for a kit. One of the things I always recommend when you're using the search engine though is don't get too specific right away. Sometimes I'll start out with the topic dairy and then I'll start sorting for those grade levels. So sometimes I just find there's about 400 to 500 different lessons and resources on here. And sometimes I find if I get too specific, it doesn't find anything or it'll come up as a 0 when really there is stuff there. Also, we have the e-learning. Obviously, during COVID, we've all been put into a different time frame and so on. And so they have 6th through 8th grade and 9th through 12th grade lessons that you can download. And so they have the lessons on PDFs or Google Docs and sort searches and so on. If we go to the 6th through 8th grade, there's food scientists for a day and great resources that way. There's a lot too in that 3rd through 5th grade. So that's a neat resource to have. Also, when we look a little bit farther down, we have AgroWorld, and this is an online newsletter that comes out every other month that ties science-related activities, lessons, and for teachers to use. So it can be used as a student newsletter, or you can just highlight the different articles and so on that they have. So some pretty neat resources under this part. Also, when we look at and down at the bottom, they have different themes for learning. So they have divided these up into 6th through 8th grade and then 9th through 10th grade. So you'll see that there's integrated science, and then it'll give you the lesson plans that tie into that. It will give you project-based learning plans and ones if that's what you're specifically looking for. You can see there's some on careers and culinary and energy bars and enlightened concessions and making beeswax. When we go over to the high school themes, you'll see we have some lessons in advanced placed human geography, U.S. history, biology, great resources in family and consumer science. There are a lot of resources in that area. And then again, project-based learning, phenomena, storylines that you can be looking at. So, so good resources under that part as well. Also, when we look in our Teacher Center, and I'll just get back up to my top part, on the other side, we have teaching and learning strategies. So you'll see that energy bar exploration. We have things on water quantity, school gardens, community hunger, aquaculture, hydroponics, biofuels, embryology. So again, you can tie those science-based resources to those. When we go to the Student Center too, lots of great science information under the Career Seeker. You can go to careers in ag videos. It'll take you to a lesson plan, first of all, for the videos, but then you can also go to the YouTube channel and you can watch the series of short videos on plant scientists and health inspectors and entomologists and dietitians and cheese production, and look at it, science, and learn about those different careers and in those different areas. So that's a great resource under that career in agriculture one. They also have careers in science and engineering, careers in AgroWorld, and some other links to the FFA's Ag Explorer website. Also in the Student Center are the Ag Today readers, and these are they're mini magazines that were developed in Iowa, and they kind of converted them over so they could be used nationwide by our National Ag in the Classroom program. They have teacher guides that go with them, and you can open these up if you're teaching virtually. You can share them, electronically, or you can, we have some copies, hard copies here, but you can download them for your students. This one is on nutrition and lifestyles and so forth, but a nice resource as well under that Student Center. Also under the Student Center, we have the virtual tours and ag games. So when we look at the different ag games, we're going to be looking at Journey 2050 in a minute. They also have the Nutrients for Life one, and they also have an ag badge, which is kind of a series that you can collect badges as you're learning about agriculture. So great resources and so forth here. In the store, this is where you can order different supplies and kits and so forth that you need. If you're looking specifically for science related ones, they have, rather than you running around trying to find the different materials, they have them together for you. So they have aeroponic gardens, they have bee beeswax lip balm. They have a biotech cheese kit that you can do, cucumber seeds. You know, sometimes it's a matter of where do I find seeds for different things when I don't live in that part of the state and so or that part of the country. So they have some on popcorn. They have some genetically modified leaf test and soybean seeds. So, so great resources available on the website as well. When we go to the American Farm Bureau Foundation for Agriculture, and their website is agfoundation.org, there's three parts that I typically go to: the resource tab, the project tab, and the store. So when we look under the resources, you can see as we go through here, we have a lot of different resources. Under the Food and Farm Facts, this is a publication that comes out every 2 years, but they have great science-related resources in here. Common questions about ag. They have under the kind of the drop-down menus here, there's a great Jeopardy game and a PowerPoint that you can use with your students. There's some different tweets. They've got some downloadable images and so on here. So that's a nice resource for you. They also have energy resources. If I can go back to that tab there, here we go. And under the energy resources, middle school and high school curriculum about energy. So all correlated to standards. So that might be something that's helpful for you. Bringing biotechnology to life is a 7th through 10th grade. You can download the full curriculum or the individual lessons. They have printouts, activities, and videos that go with what is DNA, examining it, selective breeding, biotechnology, researchers, and lots of fun things there. Also, we have our Food and Farm Facts, which we looked at. The Learn About Beef are all lessons. They also had the On the Farm STEM experience. So that might be something that you as an educator might want to participate in, but you can look at the curriculum areas, and they have high school genetics and heredity, middle school ecosystem dynamics and interactions. They have activity sorts, other resources to learn about beef. And so lots of, again, downloadable resources that you can use and teach your students about beef and tying it into science. We also have some sustainable agriculture resources. Again, these are middle school, high school level ones, the PDFs, and there's PowerPoints that go along with that on environmental stewardship, necessity of food being sustainable as we learn about agriculture. Under the project parts, we have a number of other things. We have questions about agriculture where kids can actually ask farmers and get some responses. We have the Purple Plow Challenge, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. We have the On the Farm experience, and then we have some past projects and so forth that you can utilize as well. When we look at, well, let's go to the Purple Plow from here. We will go to the Purple Plow Challenge. So this is the series of challenges that they will upload. Usually there's 2 to 3 challenges each year. Currently the H2O Grow Challenge is opened, and it says, we need food to survive, but food security is a problem around the world and at home. Get creative as you design a sustainable living environment for aquatic life while growing food in this session of Purple Plow. So it gives the rationale. This can be a classroom project, it can be a small group project, it'll give the background information, has videos about sustainability, and then down at the bottom they have the guide, they have the student guide, they have the teacher lessons and content, and so these can be submitted for a prize. So this one needs to be submitted by July 31st. So this is going through their spring one. Other things that are on their website, they have some neat puzzlers. If you're looking for those 1 hour type of activities, you can go back to some past projects that they have. What happens to waste after destruction caused by natural disasters? So this is a worksheet that you can download, gives the standards that it creates or that it follows and so forth, and then additional resources. So some pretty neat resources on this Purple Plow. So, and that is for middle school and high school students. So again, it's got the resources. You can go back to past ones as well. You can download the PDFs about them. So a really nice resource, especially if you're looking for those subjects for a group of of students that want to work together in a project. And these are a little bit more fun doing as groups and so forth. We also have some great resources that have been developed in our state. One is by Into the Outdoors. Some of you might be familiar with their resources, but they have a physical and ag science page, and you can see as you go through here, there's a variety of different topics that some of our commodity groups have been sponsors of and so forth. If we look at the dairy science one, we're learning about dairy in this video series. It'll highlight, this is a middle school lesson. It'll list the different standards for Common Core and Wisconsin State and new next generation science standards. It has videos that they have, and then it has the websites and the lesson plans and making a milk rainbow, the dairy production systems, and so on. And so great resources. And as you look through the list here that they have, we have on glacial geography, water, Lyme disease, driftless area, wetlands, water cycles, discovering nitrogen fixation, soybean technology, glacial features, soybean science, ice age tracking, dairy farm sustainability. And again, you can see what grade level. So we have a lot of middle school resources that are part of this program. So thank you to them for developing that. A new project that National Agriculture in the Classroom has had the last, probably 3-4 years now, is Journey 2050, which is a sustainability program for middle school and high school students, helping them to figure out how we will sustainably feed nearly 10 billion people by the year 2050. And so they have, it's based on a set of games and lesson plans and videos. They have the Journey 2050 at home. So if you're a homeschool parent, if you're teaching virtually, if you're, a hybrid and you've got students in different areas and so on. The teacher registers the classroom, and you can do that by going to the top here. Then the students will register, so you can monitor what your students are doing and when they're taking tests and so forth. They cover different topics such as food waste, and there's different levels that the kids can progress through. We've got some agriculture teachers here in Wisconsin that have done just tremendous work with Journey 2050 and added some additional resources and so on. And you can see with the hot topics, GMOs and health standards and population growth, and you can sort by topics and so on, but just some really, really good, topics and so forth that they're covering. I also want to encourage you to take a look at our YouTube channel for Wisconsin Ag in the Classroom. We have some different playlists. We currently have the green industry careers and what they do. Our 2020 Wisconsin Farm Facts were about the green industry. And so on here, we have a whole playlist of different videos. First Green is actually an educational set of lesson plans that golf courses can work with local schools of bringing students out to the course, and their lesson plans that they can use in teaching your students about science and sustainability and water management and so on. But you can see we have a lot of different videos about careers in the turf and soil industry. And so that's one of our playlists. We also do a series of what's called Training Tuesdays. So this video I'm taping now will be a part of this, where we highlight different educational resources for you. So some great opportunities that way. And then also don't forget about our partners in Wisconsin agriculture. This is the Wisconsin, or the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin's website. If you go to the youth and schools, a really neat science related one is Fuel Up to Play 60, which is a nutritional program that they have. So you can visit that and find out how to enroll and how your school can get started, and what's available for resources and lesson plans with that. Also under the youth and schools, they have nutritional resources. If you're family and consumer science, they have Dairy in Schools, which talks about different grants and equipment grants and so forth that they have, and then other dairy education resources for our younger grades, our older grades, high school lessons, They have the cheese boot camp, which could be kind of fun for your students to do and to take advantage of. So we have a lot of great resources in agriculture, all about science and how your students can learn where their food comes from, about the industry of agriculture and the careers and jobs available in it. So I really encourage you to take some time and to visit that. Also to take a look at our Facebook page for Wisconsin Ag in the Classroom. We do daily posts for that. And just trying to share the many, many resources that are available. And as I mentioned, there's a lot out there, and our commodity groups and our different businesses, Corteva and DuPont and so forth, are doing some great resources in science that we're continuing to share. So, and I try to do as much of that as I can with our Facebook page about some of their programs, but we've got some great sponsors on our National Ag in the Classroom level, such as Corteva and the American Egg Board and Nutrien and Journey 2050, who are really helping to bring those resources in a very user-friendly level to our teachers and to the students. So thank you for tuning in. We hope to hear from you, and contact me if you have questions, your County Ag in the Classroom coordinators, but we look forward to working with you from Wisconsin Ag in the Classroom. Thank you.